Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes.
Match.
This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, I think the role...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. He's not got that quite right. Dida getting this one clear. Bellingham wins the duel this time. Well, that looks a decent ball. Saliba proves too strong, too smart. Cruyff. Oh, they can break here. Oh, it's Seedorf. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, that's fabulous. Camavinga might just make this. Pull it. Seedorf. Tries to pass it through. And this is... Can he finish? There it is! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Well, that has not gone well. Aimed beyond the defence. He's shifting through the gears here. Silvestre. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Seedorf, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Might be danger here. Ekitike! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Ekitike clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. Van Nistelrooy! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
Dida gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Manchester definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Bellingham, who can single-handedly make a difference. And it's Kubo. And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Van Nistelrooy. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0.
Decent attempt, that, just a little mistimed.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Bale. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Camavinga. And it's Van Nistelrooy. He's a sharp little ball here. Kubo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. The less said about that pass, the better. Pedro Porro will play through for the wide man. Oh, that's a fine interception. It's run loose here. Well timed, excellent interception. Cruyff can see things others simply cannot.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Dida breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Yehi. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy proves just a little bit too strong. Marcelo. And this is Bale. Hullet. And Hullet! He's done very well to get to that.
Hullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Van Nistelrooy is there, and he can get that clear.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
1 minute added time.
Bellingham, aimed at the far side, and he's taking no chances there. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half.
On the field, number 7, Ekitike. Coming on the field is number 18, Luis Diaz. Substitution in
We're on the
progress.
move again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Silvestre. And that's played. And a chance! And there's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed, and he executed it smoothly.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
And when the manager called on him, he was chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Marcelo deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And he shoots! Yes! It's all becoming so easy. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And it's Kubo. Kubo. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bellingham. This game already looks like a fait accompli. Diaz. Oh, that is a great stop. It's fallen kindly here. And that's a good finish. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're very much on the way now.
For me, Peter, Steven Gerrard's game is all about courage. It's a word he himself uses a lot. He's always urging everyone around him to have a go on the ball and not be afraid.
And he absolutely practices what he preaches in that respect.
He does, indeed. And I think he's England's best all-round midfielder of his generation. A ball winner, great distributor, never stopped running, playmaker, and more than a decent finisher too. The only question is, where do you play him to make the most out of all of those talents?
That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Great vision. That's good vision. Brilliantly cut out. And he's managed to get rid. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Messi. Messi's cross. He's had a shot! Cleared without hesitation. It's Gerrard! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
First quarter of an hour gone. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Kubo. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nicely shaped ball. It's a goal kick. Gabriel proves too strong. Bellingham. Now it's Drogba. Foot in. Desai makes the interception. Gerrard tries to pass it through. That's going wide left. Cristiano Ronaldo. Kobel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. That has ended up in no man's land. Can he get it through? And it's made its way to him. That is good. Oh, shooting chance! They've scored! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Kubo is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Pass somewhat off target. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Serginho. Now, what about a counter-attack? Dink through. Kobel with the clearance. Serginho is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encourage the pass with an...
Ekitike! Now, who's going to be first to this? Opts to play it back. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Aimed beyond the defence. And they're back on the ball again. That's put paid to the danger. And it's Serginho.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
He's picked his way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a throw. Very nicely done. Backward it goes. And he's in on goal. Kubo. Kubo powering forward here. Played out to the left flank. Serginho.
Added time.
Bellingham.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Kubo. Ekitike. And that brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Just a quick
What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Van Nistelrooy.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Bellingham. Now it's Messi. And the return pass. Vieira. Now it's Drogba. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, can he finish? Oh, it's come loose.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Serginho, who does have an assist to his name. Gerrard. It's a searching pass. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Still just a single goal between the sides. And he's managed to get free. Chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Van Nistelrooy is offering a wry smile there.
Substitution on the field, number 9.
The manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Number 11.
And he gets rid in a hurry.
Coming on the field, number 19.
And now a sudden chance to counter.
23, Ødegaard.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Engages and forces him off the ball. Desai did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. In by Messi. And he's there to retrieve it. Looking to play him in. Good defending. Oh, a gilt-edged shot, shot at goal! And no mistake. A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
No, he's not getting past him there. Silvestre did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Ødegaard. And that is well cleared. Time and again they are repelled. And here's Kakitani. Ekitike is having a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! It's all becoming so easy. How very smart. He just got it right.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found the pocket.
A case now of complete control.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency.
Oh, what a mistake! Ball is over the line.
Substitution on the field, number 10, Hugo. Coming on the field.
Oh, they could be caught out here. He has found the way through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Corner number 2 then. Vieira attempts a clearance. And it's Ødegaard. Raul has it out wide and in space. Oh, that was vital. Bellingham. Now it's Messi. This is a promising build-up. Raul. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Camavinga. Ødegaard. And here's Kakitani. Ekitike. There's the shot! It's in! And with that, he takes home the match ball. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And it's Bellingham, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Gerrard. Ambitious ball here, and he was alert to it.
Barcelona really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Bellingham. Messi.
Will be 3 minutes at a
Intricate
time.
passing, looking to... Real chance! And that's a sharp finish. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Barcelona still making a fight of this. That has not gone well. Vieira. And this is Ronaldo. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. That is a brilliant interception. And that's that. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Ekitike collecting the match
And now,
ball,
I'd just
and
like to
it
read
is
out our
his.
fan club members who are celebrating their birthdays
Your final
today.
thoughts, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out.